Hello again, hand readers. Jennifer here. If you don't know me, I'm based in Johannesburg and I've been reading hands for many, many years. Today's topic is missing minor earth lines. Minor earth lines are the lines that run up the center of the palm from various different starting points towards the middle finger, or the earth finger in the 5-element system of how to read hands. That is the Saturn finger in palmistry. From time to time, I meet with clients that have no minor earth lines at all. They are almost or completely missing from the person's palms. The absence of these lines is highly significant. And in this video, I'll explain why that is the case and why it is that the conversation is best steered towards the person's life purpose and how to support them in defining and refining their life purpose. You'll find more about minor earth lines in the previous 3 videos that I've made about this particular topic, this minor earth line, and there are several more to go, so over the coming months I'll be covering, in as much as I possibly can, all the variations of this line. Generally speaking, this line does direct me to one of the most pertinent conversations in all of hand reading, and for all of us really, which is what is our life purpose and what it is that we are charged with presenting to the world in the most authentic way that brings us the most fulfillment and helps us feel on purpose in life. And this middle line through the center of the hand is one of the key places that I, as a hand reader, and most hand readers really, will look at to determine the person's directive and sense of clarity and purpose and direction. What we're feeling for here and exploring into and inquiring into is what are the ingredients that this person can bring to the mix, that can bring to their bundle, bring to their toolkit, that they can authentically offer to the world. The chances are that those people without any minor earth line at all feel adrift. It's as if they have no map, they have no compass, they're out of steam, they're out of gas. There's no directive, there's no clarity, and this absence of this line will take the conversation very quickly into this lack of purpose. Where do they feel they don't fit in, perhaps? Interpretation of a missing minor earth line depends very much on the shape of the hand. Here's an image of an earth-shaped hand, and as you see, it has a square palm with fingers that are short in relation to the length of the palm. Now, it so happens that this person does have a very nice minor earth line. However, if this person didn't have this minor earth line up the center of the hand, they already would have an internal sense of balance. That is one of the characteristics of people with earth-shaped hands. So an absence of a minor earth line on an earth-shaped hand, such as, for example, in the hands of a rural farmer or someone who is in any way very grounded in their identity and who has an instinctive kind of rapport with groundedness, with solidity, with feeling stable in their world, will not have any negative indications. In other words, to put it simply, an absent minor earth line on an earth-shaped hand has no negative ramifications. If, however, we find a missing minor earth line on any other shaped hand, there are 3 other shaped hands in our element system. There's water, fire, and air. And you'll find more about hand shape types in the playlist entitled Hand Shapes at the YouTube main page. Now, in this second image, you'll see a virtually missing minor earth line from what is actually a fire-shaped hand. The fire-shaped hand has an oblong palm with fingers that are shorter in relation to the length of the palm. Now, on this fire-shaped hand, as well as if it happened to appear like this, or not appear rather, on either a water or air-shaped hand, the person is ungrounded. In fact, on this handprint, there are a few threads of minor earth lines. They're higher up, but they're very wishy-washy. So my suggestion here is that the person may have many ideas, but constantly experiences challenges in terms of their direction. There's little conviction, there might be little drive, even though they have fire-shaped hands, there seems to be a kind of a wavering or a lack of focus. There's a lack of follow-through or purpose. The person might suffer a lot of confusion and even instability. So there's an insecurity about their role in the world. It would be much harder for this person to sustain discipline. In palmistry, the Saturn Finger and the Saturn Mount, which is the directive towards where this line runs, as well as the actual name. Another name for this line is the Saturn line. All implies discipline and duty and accountability. And without the line being there, there would be a deficit, clearly, of those qualities, of those characteristics. And this might in turn result in many job changes. And it could also, of course, show absence of any inspiration in terms of their personal identity. They are kind of at the mercy of circumstances. They are going to struggle with societal demands. They may have rejected conventional values even. Apparently this is seen sometimes on drifters, on people who are on the outskirts of society, homeless types. And there's a strong psychological implication. There's a deficit essentially of internal security and a deficit of the sense of belonging. So clearly a very appropriate conversation with this client would be around what is your purpose and what will bring you fulfillment. In fact, missing minor earth lines are rather rare. I'd like to invite you to have a look at your own hands, and if you find that you don't have minor earth lines, please would you send me photographs of your hands. I'm very curious about this feature. Like with so many other features of the hands, I'm a collector, I'm a bit of a hoarder of all images and prints and anything to do with hands. And if you've got something interesting to show me around the flow of or absence of your minor earth line, I'd love to see it. You'll find my email address at the end of this video. Again, I'd like to mention that I do teach wonderful courses and I offer online readings. If that interests you, again, please email me. Next week, I'll be talking about doubled minor earth lines, when there are two that looks like a railway track going up the center of the hand. After that, I'll be talking about branches entering the minor earth line and their significance. In another video, I will talk about when they are very wavy in appearance. In another video, I will talk about when there are many, many of them, when there's like lots and lots of little minor earth lines. I'll be talking on timing on the minor earth lines. So as with all of hand reading, there's so many facets that one can really break down for each line. And perhaps I'll also do one on the various markings like bars and stars and islands and so on. So I'm in the midst of the series now. If you've got any further questions or comments, please comment below. Don't forget to click that like button. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, that would be wonderful. I'd love to have your support. I'll see you next week. Thanks for watching and listening.